One thing that we had found to be unique about Christian homes is the atmosphere that they have. Just so many people have been here 15 and 20 and 25 years, and that's just really unheard of based on what we'd experienced. And you just see the love and the nurturing atmosphere, the care they have. They'll tell you right off the bat that they're really focused on the birth mom, and I think as adoptive parents, we're okay with that. It needs to be focused on the birth mom. We waited later in life to begin thinking about starting a family. We actually went through a period where we were trying to decide whether kids were right for us at all. And we decided and prayed about it for a long time. And God said that we needed to have a family. We tried naturally for a little while and were not successful. We started looking at adoption. And it was just a really natural thing for us. It is the most sacrificial love that you can really have, to give up a child that's your own, that you love, but you know is not going to have the future that you would want them to have. And so you trust Christian Homes to match you up with a set of adoptive family that can take care of that child for you and raise them and know that they're well taken care of.
So being completely open with an adoption was something new to us, but the more we learned about it, the more we understood why. It's really good for us and for both of our children to know more about their medical history and background and why they look the way that they look, why Madeline has big brown eyes and big and beautiful brown hair, and why Austin has his beautiful blue eyes. One of the staff members at a Christian Homes meeting said one time that as long as the door between the adoptive parents and the birth mother is open, there's no reason for conflict or for that door to have to be kicked down. The birth mother has the best interests of that child at heart. They placed that child with you for a reason and love them and want to have that relationship, and they wouldn't do anything to jeopardize that.
We want birth mothers to know that we love their children. It just means an atmosphere of love and caring and nurturing for that child that's going to raise them up, hopefully to be a godly young man and woman. That's the neat thing these days about open adoption is that birth mom and dad, they can watch what happens. They can watch, we're sending pictures, we're making some phone calls. They're actually able to watch that young man or woman grow up, hopefully, and be excited about what they're becoming and the opportunities that they have with their new family.
If you were Madeline's birth mom sitting in front of me, we see her fairly often, but I would reiterate to her just to let her know how much we love Madeline and what a gift it was for her to give her to us. Someone once told me, you never understand this phrase until you're a mother, but it's when you become a mother, it's like your heart walking around outside of your body. And I never understood that until we had Madeline and Austin, and it's true. And I can imagine her feeling that same way, but not having that child with her the whole time, but knowing that I have those same feelings as she does, that they're not ours biologically, but they could not be any more 100% ours, and just a precious gift from God. We'd heard, hopefully, that with some adoptions you get a few months notice once you're approved and waiting for your child for it to be picked by a birth mom. With Madeline, we had 1 week, which was okay. We had some things prepared and ready to go, but that week seemed very short and at the same time very long. We look back on it now and know that God was with us every step of the way. We look back and see how much we got done preparing for her in those few days and getting out to Abilene to meet her birth mom and bring her home. We did get to meet with her birth mom a day or so before she was born, and I actually got to be in the delivery room with her when she was born and watch her take her first breaths, which was awesome. And there's just nothing like it. And to have that relationship with the birth mom and have her literally place her child with you was amazing.
So there was a question as Madeline grew up as to when we might be ready for a second child, and we decided that it was time, and so we registered again with Christian Homes and started waiting again. And you know, they always say that a watched pot never boils, and so you don't want to put your life on hold, but you're also, you know, you kind of stay in the area. We finally decided for Thanksgiving to go on a family vacation to Branson. So we went to Branson, didn't think really much about it, and we got a call while we were there said, hey, somebody from Christian Homes needs to talk to you. We got really excited. We said a quick prayer, and then we called back, and they said, we have a little boy that was born about 3 days ago, and we want to talk to you about him. So they went through the whole process, gave us all the description and everything. We stopped and prayed about it and said, this is for us. And we said, well, how long do we have to get him? And they said, well, the hospital will keep him one more day. And they're in Arlington. So we, thank goodness my family was there. We were able to leave Madeline with my family in Branson, and Melanie and I just packed up the car and headed to Arlington. So it was a whirlwind one day. We thought that 1 week was short, but this time we had one day. And we drove basically through the night, stopped in Oklahoma City and spent about an hour buying boy stuff at Toys R Us. Got to Arlington, got a little bit of sleep in, and then went the next morning, met first with our caseworkers who were awesome, and then we met with the birth parents. This time both birth parents were involved, and I just really fell in love with them. They made a big deal about they wanted to present Austin to us. And so we had a little ceremony kind of thing in the hospital room there where they kind of gave Austin over to us. It was just an amazing deal. And it says in Galatians that God sent his son so that we might be adopted into sonship with God. So God loves us so much that he has adopted us to be one of his children, just like Jesus.
We love Christian Homes and Family Services. They are a family to us and all the people that work there.
All of the people you meet have a smile on their face. They love what they do. That's pretty rare these days. But the folks at Christian Homes want you to know that they care about you. And we knew that this was a place where the birth parents would be cared for, the children would be loved, and that we would be taken care of. And that's a pretty amazing thing. It's not a business, it's a calling. And they will do the best thing for everybody involved. And that's pretty rare these days, I think.